Normally, in order to call a transaction as supply, there should be consideration. And Schedule 1 talks about certain transactions which will be called as supply even if there is no consideration. So, Schedule 1 talks about transactions which will be called as supply even if there is no consideration. In today's class, we will be talking about first such transaction which will be called as supply even if there is no consideration. And that such transaction is disposal of business assets where ITC is availed. So there are two legs into these transactions. There are two parts. One is disposal of business assets. One more is where ITC is availed. So there are two things happening simultaneously. One is asset is being disposed and second one is ITC is being availed. To first we need to understand what do you mean by ITC is availed. So once we understand what ITC is availed, understanding the rest of the part becomes very easier. So let us take a small example to understand what do you actually mean by ITC is availed. ITC stands for input tax credit. Say I wanted to start a software company. In order to start a software company, I purchased the computer. I purchased a computer for rupees 1 lakh. Along with this 1 lakh, I paid 10,000 as GST. So how much I am totally paying? 1 lakh plus 10,000. This 10,000 as GST. I want you to remember that I paid 10,000 as GST. Now in the first year, my business ran successfully and I earned 4 lakh rupees as income. So I earned 4 lakh rupees. So on this 4 lakh rupees, I have to pay 40,000 as GST. That is only for the example we are taking that rate. I have to pay 40,000 as GST on my 4 lakh rupees. Now the question is, should I pay entire 40,000 to the government? If you remember, I already paid 10,000 at the time of purchasing. At the time of purchasing computer, I already paid 10,000 rupees. Now what will I do? I'll reduce that 10,000 and I'll only pay balance 30,000. Right? How much I had to pay? I had to pay total of 40,000. But what am I doing? I am adjusting that 10,000. I am adjusting that 10,000 which I paid at the time of purchase. At the time of purchase, I paid the 10,000 rupees. That 10,000 I am adjusting here and I am only paying the balance 30,000 rupees. Now this adjusting thing is called as availing tax credit. Availing input tax credit. I repeat, I had to pay 40,000. I had to pay 40,000, but I already paid 10,000 at the time of purchase. That is why I am reducing that 10,000 rupees from this 40,000 and I am only paying 30,000 to the government. So this entire process is called as availing input tax credit. In the second year, my business went into losses. My business went into losses and I decided to close down my business. Now while closing down my business, I thought of giving all my assets to charity. I already have a computer with me. So I decided, let me give this computer to a charitable organization for free. So what am I deciding? To give my computer, that is my business asset, to a charitable organization for free. Normally if I am giving any asset for free of cost, it is not a supply because there is no consideration in there. But if you remember, while paying that 40,000 rupees, I adjusted that 10,000 rupees and only paid 30,000. So I utilized 10,000 rupees as input tax credit and I only paid 30,000 as balance. So now if I am giving this computer for free of cost, if I am disposing this computer for free of cost, even then this transaction will be called as supply. Why it will be called as supply? Though it is given for free of cost, the input tax credit paid at the time of purchase is utilized at the time of payment. So that 10,000 rupees what I paid at the time of purchase, I used it at the time when I had to pay my 40,000 rupees. So if I have used this 10,000 rupees, then when am I disposing my asset, when I am disposing my business asset, even for free of cost, it will be treated as supply and GST has to be paid on that. Now let us take one more example to understand this concept in a better way. Say there is a holding company which transfers its assets to its subsidiary company. There is a holding company which transfers, which disposes its assets to its subsidiary company for no consideration. Normally, if there is no consideration, there is no supply. But if the holding company has availed input tax credit, then this transaction will amount to supply. So what is the important factor here? That the holding company need to avail input tax credit. So when a permanent disposal will become a supply? Only when an input tax credit has been availed at the time of purchase of that business asset. Then if you are disposing that, it will be treated as supply.